Aloha and welcome to Hawaii Sports Update. We are here with head coach, men's head coach Benjy Taylor. He's the first one to rejoin us here at Hawaii Sports Update, and we'll be hearing from him as the Rainbow Warriors get ready to finish up Big West play and head into the Big West tournament. What is that? March 10th through the 14th, at the Honda Center. The men's volleyball team beat Cal State Long Beach again, three sets to none. Now that puts them a half a game out of first place as of right now. They've won 6 in a row. They've won 8 out of their last 9, and they prepare this week to take on Pepperdine March 6th and March 8th at the Stan Sheriff, and that's going to be a big series for the men's volleyball team. Go out there and support All-American Taylor Averill and the rest of the boys out there. Now the men's baseball team is on the road. They are in Texas right now. They're going to be playing at Minute Maid Park against Nebraska, Baylor, and Houston. The last two, of course, being ranked in the top 10. Baseball has always played a tough preseason schedule, and as the Bulls, head to the road, they get a chance to play in a major league park, and that's a big deal for college players. And maybe only 1 or 2 of those guys will ever get the chance to play in a major league park again. So good luck to the Bulls. Now, the women's basketball team clinched first place for the first time since 1997 and 98 as they beat Long Beach State on the road. So congratulations to Laura Beeman and the Lady Bulls as they have 2 more games against UC Santa Barbara on the road, and then they come back and play Fullerton at home before they get ready to go to the Big West tournament also. Now, with them clinching first place, they have a double bye, so they're actually going to get some rest and hopefully give it a good run for the Big West tournament. They've made the NITs the last 2 years, and this year hopefully they'll be heading to the NCAAs. Now, as for the men, they are 7-7. They have an opportunity to either finish in 3rd or 5th, so somewhere right around there. But we'll be talking with Benjy Taylor here in just a minute to see which way the Bulls are heading. And speaking of Benjy Taylor, here he is right here on my left-hand side, head coach of men's basketball team. And Benjy, let's just go from the beginning, all right, to the point we are now.
Yeah. Glad to be back.
Yeah. Long road. You guys are sitting here primed for these last 2 games. I know you're trying to get in the first 4 spots. That way you'll get a bye. Is that correct?
No, we don't get a bye. On the men's side, they only take 8 teams.
8 teams, okay.
And so Fullerton didn't make it, so it's 1 through 8. It's in the normal format. So, we got some. We can move up or we can move down, and not down too much, hopefully, but we can move up, and we just need to take care of business.
Okay. Now, currently you are sitting in 5th, correct?
Yes.
And you can be as high as 3rd.
With some help, yes.
With some help and some tiebreakers, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, heading into the Big West tournament coming up, you guys match up well against UC Davis. What are some of the teams that give you a little bit of problems as far as matchup-wise?
Well, I think that we struggle with different things with different teams, and Davis being number 1, we had 3 starters out in our last game, and we had a chance to beat them. We had 3 players out in our top 6, and we had a chance to beat them, and we beat them pretty easily here. But they pose some problems if Corey Hawkins can get going, and the teams that have done a good job in the low post against us has been a problem. Irvine, Will Davis has hurt us both games scoring and rebounding. And that's why tomorrow night is going to be a tough test for us with Alan Williams. We've done a really good job of stopping guards, Caffey, Hawkins, Stephen Hicks, which has been a problem for us here in the past. I think Corey Hawkins came here 1 year and gave us 40 or 41. And, right. I think Caffey maybe scored close to 30 last year, but we're much better defensive team when it comes to stopping guards. We just got to figure out how to neutralize the bigs. And so teams that really attack us inside have given us problems all year.
Okay, and would you say that's a direct result of Roderick Bobbitt and Garrett Neville's defensive intensity for you guys? It really sets the table and gets you guys going.
Yeah, without a doubt. Those guys are, we have more experience there than we do in the post. And that's offensively and defensively. They got one senior in this Garrett. Rod's an older guy, has played a lot of minutes. And, he's the only player on the roster that's played every game this year, and he's also started every game. So, they're a little bit ahead of the game. So that's why it's a little easier to. They don't break down as much. Our bigs, on the other hand, are very inexperienced, and but they're getting better, and we got to figure it out.
Okay, speaking of your bigs, can you tell the strides that both Steffens have made?
Yeah.
And also when you have a healthy Mike Thomas in there, what he also brings to the table for you guys?
Well, we have a lot of versatility with those three bigs, Mike being healthy is going to be key for us because, he's our he's kind of our enforcer, so to speak, in the inside. He's just he just gets a lot done down there for us, and then we have to. But Jovanovic has really stepped up both sides of the floor. When he comes in, we really try to give him the ball inside where he can score. Because he's got good back to the baskets moves, and as we know, Jenks coming on every game and getting better, and we're excited about his progress too. Starting to block shots now, he's rebounding consistently, and he's scoring the basketball consistently.
Okay, now how close is Isaac Fleming to being ready? Is Valdez 100%? Is Mike Thomas 100%? Are you guys going to be fully healthy heading into the Big West tournament?
I don't think we'll be fully healthy, but I don't think a lot of teams are right now this time of the year. It's been a long season, so we got to get them close as we can to playing the best basketball they can. And Isaac practiced yesterday, and be interested to see how he grows here the next 48 hours or whatever, and it'll be good to get all those guys back. But we've had some guys step up off the bench and play really well for us. But that's really hurt us in conference play, having guys in and out, missing games, sick, and we didn't have that in the beginning of the year. And that's the only reason we're struggling in conference is guys being in and out and being hurt and going from there.
Absolutely. Now, how important is a Quincy Smith stepping in? He probably wasn't going to get the minutes that he's been playing, but he's been stepping in and doing a good job defensively, and he's also a very good rebounding guard.
Yeah, he makes a lot of plays. I mean, he's a playmaker on offense and defense. And actually, Quincy, even if those guys were healthy, Quincy was still going to play a lot more minutes just because, at this time of the year, you have to have guys who are playmakers, and he's a playmaker on both ends of the floor, and tough kid, and he's quick to the ball, and he's strong, he's tough, and right now you need a lot of those things I just named about Quincy. You need toughness this time of year.
Okay, and now let's see. Aaron Valdez and Negus Webster-Chan, like in the beginning of the season, Aaron Valdez seemed like to carry a lot of the offensive load, and now it's sort of like Negus. I would love to see both of them clicking at the same time, on not necessarily on the same page, but just clicking at the same time offensively. I think that would be something to watch.
Yeah, I mean, you got. And it's going to happen. I mean, they're definitely on the same page. The shots that Aaron is getting right now, he's just not making them. He's drawing a lot of contact. He's got to learn how to finish with contact and stay in the right frame of mind. And Negus is just being more aggressive now. And he's shooting 42% from three on the year, and he's just getting better every game out. And if we can get both those guys scoring, it'll open up the inside for Jenks and Steph and Mike, and we'll see a lot more success. But we're not pressing quite as much now, and that's really hurt Aaron because a lot of his offense was coming off of points off transition. So
right.
He's got to become a better half court finisher, and he will. He's just young.
All right. Now speaking of half court, I've personally seen the progress from the beginning of the season, especially with both of the Steffens playing down low. Now, when you guys go to your half-court offensive sets, how confident are you guys now? I mean, it looks like it's running a lot smoother, and you guys are getting to your sets when you want, and you have the proper spacing, and that's opening up Negus Webster-Chan a lot for the three-pointers, and also opening up the inside for both of the Steffens.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a much better job there, but we're pretty You know, we're pretty young as a team. We've only been together 3 months, and we just made a decision that we needed to be really good defensively because that's going to win some games for us. And you know, trying to outscore people is just not what we wanted to do. And we could have put all the time in the offense, but we didn't do that. But they're coming on. They're gradually getting. We're starting to execute our timeouts, into the halves, into the games, and you know, even the game at Santa Barbara that we lost. I mean, we had great looks. We just missed shots. You know, that's all you can ask for is. And those guys are executing and getting the ball where they need to get, but they just, you know, they miss shots down there. But when the ball's going in the hole for us, and we're playing with confidence, and we're staying aggressive, you know, we're pretty good. And you know, I watch college basketball daily, and you know, the same things or that we have as issues and problems. Top 10 teams in the country have the same problems.
Right.
Teams go and run against them 16-2, and, you know, and they can't make a shot. People equate execution. The bottom line is that the ball's going in the hole. And all year we've been getting the right looks. We just hadn't been making them consistent when we needed to. But, you know, you don't win 19 games by not being able to close games out. And I feel pretty confident with my group that we can make plays when we need to.
Absolutely. Well, as a coach, that's what you want. I mean, people are going to miss and make shots, but as long as you're getting the right shots, then that's important. All right, now, I hate to keep harping on the matter, but tell us exactly what Roderick Bobbitt brings to the table for you offensively and defensively, and him being the leader in the nation instills the importance of that, getting you guys off and running.
Yeah, we actually had the coaches' calls today we had to argue for your players for all conference or defensive player of the year, newcomer of the year, and it was a pretty interesting conference call. At the end of the day, Roderick Bobbitt is an unbelievable talent defensively. Roderick Bobbitt is starting to learn how to lead better now. You know, he's starting to learn how to communicate better now. I'm doing a better job of keeping him fresh, even though he doesn't want him to come out of games and he's getting mad at me. I got to take him out. Right. You know, he played 31 minutes last game. If I can get him down to 28 to 30 minutes a game going into Anaheim, because in 3 days in Anaheim, I probably do need him to play 33, 35 minutes. But for now, we need to make sure he's healthy going into Anaheim. But he's just a competitive guy. And he's starting to find his rhythm offensively. You know, the arm injury was serious for him, but now he's starting to make open shots, starting to finish at the rim. And you know, if he starts to get his confidence offensively, along with everything else he does, I mean, he's leading the conference in assists and steals. And, you know, he's the only guy that started every game on a team that was picked 6 with your best player leaving, only one senior. And right now we're sitting at 5th, and we got a chance to finish higher than we were predicted with our head coach and our best player.
Absolutely.
So all that's attributed to our entire team, but it's also attributed to him and us making a change defensively how we wanted to make it. And not only is it good at steals, but he also is a really good on-ball defender. He makes Garrett better. One thing that he's missing right now is Isaac Fleming makes him better. You know, so you know, guys feed off of one another, and you know, he's done a great job for us.
Absolutely. And we are here at Hawaii Sports Update with UH head basketball coach Benjy Taylor. We're going to take a break, and when we come back on the other side, we'll be talking more with Benjy as they prepare for the last 2 conference games and get ready for the Big West tournament here on Hawaii Sports Update.
Hi, I'm Jay Fidel. That's Ted Ralston. You know, Ted is the host of Where the Road Leads. It shows every Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. It's about technology. It's about how people collaborating and solve problems with modern technology. It's where the road leads. We all know that. We should all be listening. Join us there, 4 to 5 p.m. every Friday. Now, what about that do you agree with?
All of it.
I knew he'd say that. Aloha. Say aloha.
Aloha.
Good.
Hi, my name is Seymour Kazimirski. I have a show called Seymour's World on Think Tech Hawaii. Our show is about opening minds and facilitating conversations. To tell you the truth, I have no idea what we're going to be talking about. I have no idea who our guests are going to be, but I guarantee you we're going to have lots and lots of fun. Aloha from Seymour's World.
Welcome back to Hawaii Sports Update, and for those of you just joining us, we're here with UH head basketball coach Benjy Taylor. The UH Rainbow Warriors are sitting at 19-11 in Benjy's first season. Benjy, tell us a little bit about your first season. Let's just go back a little bit and tell us your feelings about everything that happened and really the commendable job of how you've kept everybody together and on the same page and have these kids playing at a high level. You know, some people might smirk about it, but I know it's a serious matter, and you know, you're a very good head coach, so go ahead and speak about it if you would like.
You know, I think when everything, it seemed like it's years ago that it happened, because it's been, you know, it's been a long road. But when everything first happened, I think, you know, it was very important that me and my staff be very, very selfless and very, very committed to these young men, staying focused on the mission. And we did that. You know, we've done that all year. And it's not easy to do that, especially when you have a lot of distractions, and not really distractions that you caused.
Right.
And these kids didn't cause these distractions.
Right.
But, you know, we still have to deal with them as a program, and you know, we've done a good job of staying focused. And like anybody else, human nature, you know, kids try to get away from what you're doing, and you just got to bring them back in. And we spend a lot of our time doing that. And
right.
It's been a lot of fun, and it's been very stressful, but it's been a lot of fun. And you know, I don't let too much roll downhill. I try to keep them insulated from everything that's going on. Allegations come out, let's meet about it, talk. Got any questions? No, we're good, coach. Okay, let's move on. You know, and you know, Gibbs gone. Okay, let's talk about what we could do this year. Here's how we're gonna play. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, coach, it sounds good. You know, just move on. You know, bad loss, forget about it. Let's move on.
Absolutely.
You know, big time win, forget about it. Move on. We got to keep focused on what's right in front of us, and if we could do that, we have a chance to be really good. And me and my staff have done it all year, and it's been, you know, it's been good. I think a major part of coaching is getting your kids to show up every night, and we've done that.
Absolutely.
You know, we've lost games, we won games, but we've shown up every night. Even if our record was flipped 11-19, you can't fault our effort and our determination and the pride we play with. And I think that's what a lot of programs are lacking. And then when they're lacking that, they like to blame that on the kids or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, we've done a good job here of staying focused. I mean, got such a young group, and my sophomore class is, my junior class is good, but my sophomore class is unbelievable. I mean, you got Isaac Fleming as a freshman. You know, we got a chance if those guys stay focused and do what they're supposed to do. We have a chance to have 5,000-point scores in that one class. You know, that's amazing.
Right.
You don't see that too often in college basketball. And that's when you get the Davidsons making the run. That's when you get the Wichita States and the VCUs and the University of Richmond's. And
right.
That's when you get the Northern Iowas. That's when you're making Sweet 16 runs. It's because you keep everybody together, and then they grow and they learn from their mistakes. And then by the time they're a senior, we've been through it. We've been there, done that.
Right.
And then, you know, now your record instead of 19-11, you're 25-5. You know, but it's not going to happen overnight, and it's kind of been an overnight process. And,
right.
And you know, we got 24 guys named recommended for all conference. Out of 24 players, it's 15 seniors.
Okay.
Out of all the teams in the league, so
right.
it's 15
so there's
seniors.
Only 9 underclassmen.
It's only 9 underclassmen.
Right. Right.
And 3 of those underclassmen are my guys. So 6 other guys in our entire league that were nominated for all conference.
Right.
You know, and that's not even with recruiting class, and that's not even, you know, with some of the guys on the roster right now that weren't recommended. So it's just the writing's on the wall if we can just continue to stay focused and keep working and you know, and go from there. But man, it's been a lot of fun, and it's a great group to work with. We got a very mature group, and I'm proud of the way they've handled themselves on and off the floor. You know, I mean, you know, if people really have access to the internet and they want to be objective about it, if you want to go look at other programs and what's going on in other programs that you strive to be,
right.
If you look at the internet, they got a lot more going on than we do.
Right.
You know, we've done a good job of staying focused around here, and And if you want to be realistic and objective about it, you can't do anything but take your hats off to these kids and give them kudos.
Absolutely. Now, with that being said, you guys started out 12-4, the best start in UH history. You got the UH Rainbows Warriors had never had 12 victories before starting conference play, and that also got you the Hugh Durham Award, mid-season award for mid-major colleges. Now, getting off to a good start like that, obviously you must have had these kids on the right page and doing the right things through all the stuff that has happened, and you know, we have to commend you for that. Now, with that being said, where in your heart do you want to be next year?
Well, I think that if we could have, you know, we can't talk about it now, we still got a lot of basketball to play, but if we could have stayed injury-free, I think we could have consulted the same kind of run in conference, you know, but we didn't stay injury-free. I mean, if we have the type of injuries we have now in the beginning of the season, there's no way we go 12-4. And one thing I think we need to do is we need to improve our schedule. And we need to play tougher teams, and we need to get tested a little bit more earlier in the year, not just at Diamond Head, but in general. More games like the BYU game, that type of situation. Playing in a Zimp tournament away from here where you play two high majors. Next year we're playing at California, we're playing at San Diego State, and then the tournament's finishing up in Vegas, and we're excited about that, and we're solidifying some games, and I just think we got to really improve our schedule. But we have the team to do that now. And, you know, it's easy for me to say improve the schedule because nothing's tied into me in terms of my career here. And, you know, I just think it's best to go out and play some quality opponents with the type of team we got coming back next year. And we have to improve our schedule, and we got to get better. We got to have a good spring. I think this is a team that needs to play as much basketball as possible. I think it's short-sighted of us. I know Benjy publicly made a comment that, you know, we don't want to play and pay for play tournaments. But with one senior and the kind of commitment these guys have made, I think, you know, they deserve to play as much basketball as possible.
Absolutely.
I'll just say it as that. And, you know, if it's good enough for the Pitts and the Oregons and those schools, I mean, it's just a little short-sighted for us to think we have it figured out to the point where if it's good for those programs, why is it not good for us?
Right.
If you want us to be like those programs and do A, B, C, D, and you know, play a tougher schedule, go to the NCAA or the NIT, but if they can still play in those type of tournaments, BCS conference schools,
right,
then what makes us think that we are too good to play in those tournaments?
Right.
You know,
yeah.
And especially with a young team, the more games these guys can play, the longer they can stay together this spring. It's only going to help us going into next year, and it gives us a chance to experiment some more, and I think they deserve that.
All right. Now, with everything being said, and hopefully they retain you, I don't want to get into any other details, and I know that you can't, but I mean, for you to come back, and for the core of this team to come back, I mean, how special do you think these kids can be when your sophomore class is seniors, like what you just spoke about?
Well, my junior year we went to the Sweet 16, the team I played on my junior year. And so a lot of people that say they know basketball, but they really don't.
Right.
You know, a computer or a microphone makes people pretty brave, but they don't know basketball. That same Sweet 16 team that I was on my junior year, the year before that we went 15-15. But we all stayed together. You can't just do something like that. You know, you got to build up to that.
Right.
You know, I think this group we can win the Big West. You know, if we take care of business, we can finish in the top half of the Big West. We're being together for 3 months. So if we keep this group together, we can win the Big West. It's not a doubt in my mind that we can't win this conference and do really, really special things. And but the more they play together, the more they stay together, the better we're gonna be, and the stronger we're gonna be, and the more convicted we're gonna be about how we play. you know, and I just think it's a special group, and I'll just say this right now: whether I'm here or not, they need to stay together. I just they need to stay together, and they owe it to themselves, and I'm not so sure if they owe it to the university,
Right.
but they owe it to themselves.
Right. Right.
For them to be the best team that they can be, they need to stay together because they need each other. They need each other, and what I mean by that is, last year we won 20 games. We have 19 right now with 3 games left.
Right.
Last year we had 2 guys unanimous first team all conference.
Right.
Last year the Player of the Week award was given out 15 times. I think we won it 4 or 5 times.
Right.
You know, we won it 4 or 5 times from 4 different guys.
Yes.
Okay. This year, we have a chance to finish better overall and better in league play with 3 games left. We have 0 Players of the Week this year. 0. So that just tells me, and that should tell anybody that thinks logically, and a lot of people don't do that,
Right.
that Roderick Bobbitt needs Garrett. Garrett needs Mike. Mike needs Negus. Negus needs Steph.
And that's what it's all
individually,
about. Right.
Individually, I don't know if we have a playoff big all conference this year.
Right.
But we're going to have a better team.
Absolutely.
And that's the key. You know, we're going to have a better team, and they need each other. And they needed to stick this out, whether it's me or anybody else. I love these guys, and, you know, I'm going to be okay.
Right.
You know, I had a, you know, the last head coaching job I had was just a horrible job. We still won 19 games. Wherever I go, I'll figure out a way to win games.
Absolutely.
You know, so I just want these guys to experience what I've experienced as a player and as a coach.
Well, you know, that's why we have you here too, man. It just goes to show how selfless that you really are. What you were speaking about earlier about getting these kids on the right page. For somebody to know if they're not going to be here or not, and you still are wanting the best for these kids,
Right.
that just goes to show what kind of person you are and what kind of character that you have. And you know, I get tired of some of these media guys who have their own personal vendettas, and they're really the ones who are trying to bring the team down. And I see it in the you know, in the rooms after the games. You know, who you know, just, you know, who should be respected and who shouldn't be respected, and the kids know what's going on too, and it's a shame.
Yeah, you know, my mom told me a long time ago, you can't fool kids. And, you know, my mom also told me when we made this transition, she said, now remember how you were raised now.
Yeah.
And I never asked her what that meant, but I know what it means. You know, be professional.
Right.
You know, go answer all these questions and just continue to do your job and concentrate on the kids. And it's been really tough to do, but our guys, you know, we come back from a road trip and, you know, it's just stuff plastered all over the paper that's just negative. You know, it's just, but we take the good with the bad. It's a lot of great fans here. We don't let the few, you know, and the few with power, we don't let them discourage us.
Absolutely.
You know, we you know, come 7 o'clock, we don't think about them.
Right.
We think about each other.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the little innuendos and stuff that go around, but you know, these guys with these pins, with these loose pins, I don't even have to say lips, with these loose pins are, you know, really trying to bring something down that has a positive impact on the community, and you just keep doing what you're doing over there as a basketball coach at UH, and you know, I can't think of a better head coach for our university right now, and I've been on this island for 18 years, and, you know, I don't want to have to break down each one, but, you know.
You know, timing is everything. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years from now, I might not be the guy, but with this group of guys, I feel pretty confident we can do something special.
All right.
You know, and like I said, it's not about me. I mean, I will say this though, I was, and people in the media know this, and they keep, every time they write an article or say something, they gloss over it, but I was not offered a one-year deal.
Okay.
And I was not, and,
Right.
and the media people know this. They keep saying it, and that's what I mean by subtleties.
Right, exactly.
I was not offered a 1-year deal. I was offered a 1-year deal with a caveat or until we hired another coach. So basically that's a month-to-month deal.
Okay.
So, you know, for me to turn down and not look at other opportunities, to come back here with a contract I could have signed in December, for them to say in August, we're going to go in a different direction and hire a new coach, and I passed up on other opportunities. I got kids to feed too.
Exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
Right.
You know, a legit 1-year offer, I would have had to consider it.
Right.
But it wasn't. It was presented to me, and it really made me mad and made me upset that they would come to me and offer me a month-to-month deal.
Right.
And that's what I turned down. I did not turn down a 1-year contract, and everyone knows that.
Absolutely.
So I've been kind of holding my mouth about it, holding my tongue, but at the end of the day, I did not turn down a 1-year deal.
Yep, and there you have it. Right from Coach Benjy Taylor. We're going to take a break, and when we come back on the other side of Hawaii Sports Update, we'll be talking some more about the UH basketball team and how they're going to win this Big West tournament coming up with UH head coach Benjy Taylor on the other side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, aloha. My name is Chris Leatham, and I host a show called The Economy and You. The show plays every Wednesday at noon, and on my show, I bring on guests who are interested or working in the technology space. And so I'd like you to come and watch the show and learn with me about all the sort of exciting things that we're doing in Hawaii to build and grow our economy ecosystem. So I'd like to say aloha, and I look forward to seeing you on the show. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Andrew Howard. I'm an astronomer at the Institute for Astronomy at the University of Hawaii up in Manoa. I'd like to tell you about the annual open house that we're having. This year it is on April 6th, 11 to 4 p.m. It's an all ages event, kids, grown-ups, even people in between, everyone is welcome. We have a lot of really fun activities. You get to meet astronomers, look at yourself in an infrared camera, play with Legos, make robots, look at videos. You can even make some of the kids like to make comets out of gravel and snow. Even adults like to do that too. You'll be able to look at the sun with a solar camera safely. It's really a great activity. We do this every year in April, and I hope to see you this year. Thanks.
Welcome back to Hawaii Sports Update, and we are here with UH head coach Benjy Taylor. There's 2 more conference games left before the Big West tournament gets going on, and UH is sitting at 7-7 in 5th place right now, getting ready to prepare themselves for the Big West tournament. Now, Coach Taylor, you know, we're just talking about the year in review a little bit, and in your perfect scenario, at this time next year, what are we going to be talking about?
This time next year?
Yeah.
We'll have the Big West regular season wrapped up this time next year, and we'll be playing for. We'll be developing and getting ready for the, because it still doesn't mean you're going to win a tournament, but we'll have the comfort of knowing that we'll be in the NIT. We can win the league next year, this time. It's something I don't shy away from, just like I didn't shy away from this year. Everybody said we win 8, 5, 7, 8, 10 games. I just laughed. I mean,
Right.
They don't know my pedigree, man. They don't know the salt I come from. You know, and these kids, I knew who we had in that locker room, and they just a bunch of misfits like me.
Yeah.
They tough.
There you go.
They blue collar, and they got heart and a spirited group. But I think next year I don't shy away from the fact that we should be the team to beat next year in the league. And like I told you, just 24 guys recommended for all conference, for all conference, 15 seniors.
Right.
And 3 people on that list that aren't seniors are on the team.
Your guys, yeah, coming back.
So there's 6 guys in the rest of the conference. And 2 of those guys are on one team, Riverside.
Okay.
They're underclassmen.
Yeah.
Taylor Johns and Jalen Bland. So if you break it down even further, 5 out of the 9 are on 2 teams.
Right.
So that means
3 of them are your guys.
3 of them are my guys, and 2 of them on the Riverside. It's only when you start looking at the top half of the conference, you know, you got
everyone's leaving.
Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of people, there's people out there smarter than me, but I don't know what it. Not with basketball. I mean, it's pretty simple. Man.
Now, can you tell us the three, or is that under wraps? I mean,
the three for that aren't.
Yeah, the three underclassmen for UH.
No, I can't talk to you about that. Yeah, but
right.
You know, it was pretty good. I've never been involved in it, but you get on the phone, you submit it, and then you argue for your guys. You just argue.
Okay.
Well, when it's your turn, you know, promote your guys. You
Okay.
know? Because my guys might play well against Davis, but not play well against Northridge, or vice versa. So, you know, you give everybody a broad perspective of what you think, and they fight for their kids. And then you go down to Defensive Player of the Year, the nominees, and you go down every category, and you just fight for your guys. Newcomer, you fight for them. Freshman, you fight for them. And you know me, I'm gonna fight for my guys.
Okay.
And so I was last on every. I guess. I don't know if it's alphabetical or what, but for some reason I was last every time.
Okay.
So it was good because I could hear what Jim Les or Cuts or Monson said about their guys.
Okay.
So I was ready for him when he came to me. I said, well, no, bro, Rod does this. I said, well, first of all, you know, defensive player, you don't even have the steals up here.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was like, well, you got the defensive player of the year, but you don't have steals as a category. Well, let's talk about that.
That should be automatic.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm fighting for my guys. It was actually a lot of fun, and we'll see how it goes. But these guys are well respected in the conference, and for everything that they've been through, they're really respected.
Okay.
You know, so I think we'll be plastered on there somewhere, but it's certainly we won't bring home the harbor like we did last year with Fotu and Christian.
Okay.
We won't bring that type of harbor.
All right, now we're in a conference call now, and Stefan Yankovic comes up. Argue for your guy, man.
Argue for my guy for what spot?
For our conference.
Newcomer of the year?
Yeah, newcomer of the year. There you go, Stefan Yankovic, newcomer of the year.
Well, I mean, hey guys, listen up. The man was sick 5 games ago. He played through it, but the last 3 games, you're starting to see how he can play. And he actually really is a newcomer of the year because he didn't really become a player to the new year. So, you know, you guys, you know, he's leading us in scoring right now in conference. He's playing his heart out. You know, he's rebounding the ball, and you know, he's a mismatch problem, and he's a pleasure to coach. And now that he's blocking shots and everything, I think that he, you know, he has a chance to he should be the newcomer of the year. And if he doesn't get the newcomer of the year, I think Roger Bobbitt should be the newcomer of the year. Leading the conference in steals, leading the conference in assists. We played 30 games. He's played every game, started every game. He's a leader on both ends of the floor, and he's the reason why, you know, a team that was picked to win 8 games and won 19 games.
Right.
And he's a large part of that, and he's only going to get better.
Well,
So vote for either one or my guys or the other. If you don't vote for him, we're going to beat you the next time we see you.
There you go. And I want to put my vote in for Roderick Bauer for Defensive Player of the Year. I mean,
well, you didn't ask me about that one. I definitely, yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
No, we're just role playing a little bit there. Now, on a more serious note, Senior Garrett Nevels, his last game is Wednesday, and I know how emotional he is on the court. You know, nobody does senior night like Hawaii. I know you've been all over the world. Senior night in Hawaii is top notch. That there's no place other than it. How special is that for you to see a kid like Garrett Nevels? And he's going to be leaving the program, but you know, just talk about your senior for a little while and what he brings on the court, off the court, and to you as a coach.
Well, when it comes to my players, you know, they're the same as Tyler, Otto, Austin, or Olive to me. Man, it's gonna be an emotional night for me too. But nobody does it like Hawaii. I mean, my first year here, I remember I looked at some pictures and I saw these student athletes with all this stuff wrapped around their neck. I didn't want to ask anybody because I didn't want to seem like I was dumb, you know. And I didn't go to any other senior nights. And then we had our senior night, and they started with all of that. And I was like, wow, this is amazing, you know what I mean? You got to stay here and play just for that.
Yeah.
you know, you got to stay here and play just to go through that. You
Absolutely.
know, those are some images you'll never forget. And you know, Garrett. You know, everybody's saying that this is his last home game, but if we don't make the NCAA tournament, I'm fighting that this is not his last home game. You know, I think, like I said, this group deserves to play a lot more basketball. And, you know, it's above my pay grade, but I got to put my 2 cents in, whether people like it or not. But I don't want to short sell this team or be short-sighted with this team. we can go out and earn the money that they cost to pay for these things.
Right.
Pay for play tournament. We can go out and earn the money if we have to.
Fundraisers.
Well, not fundraisers. Just go play a guarantee game.
Oh.
Whatever it costs to get in, we'll raise the money for twice the amount.
Okay.
Is that okay? You
It's
know,
all
just
good.
figure something out. You know what I mean? But for what these guys have been through, Garrett Neville deserves to play a lot more basketball. And his family's going to be here. They're getting in tonight. He's a great kid. I mean, I think he'll move back here when the air leaves the ball. I think he'll move back here and really enjoy this Hawaii life, because out of all our guys, he really hasn't enjoyed Hawaii as much as some of the other guys, because he's so committed to being in that gym. Like, I don't think he's a beach guy or, you know, a hangout guy. I mean, I think he does a little bit of that.
Plate lunch guy.
Yeah, but he's just a gym rat, and
Yeah.
I think he loves it here, and I think he'll move back here and be a great alum for the university.
All right. Now, heading to the Big West tournament, when you guys are playing at your best, like when you're clicking on all cylinders, well, what's going on offensively, what's going on defensively, or vice versa, if the defense is what sets off the offense when you guys are clicking? What's going on?
When we're clicking defensively, you're not able to run your offense. That's our whole thing. We want to disrupt you. Whether it be the three-quarter court pressure or just getting after you in the half court. We want to force you to make plays. We think we can make more defensive plays than you can offensive plays. And then on the offensive end, scoring out of that, finding mismatches, which we're starting to do better, and then executing. If we're playing on all fronts, we're doing those things at a high level. And the great thing about our team is if we're all playing balance and we're all are on our game that night, I think we can. There's nobody in the league that can beat us. I think if Santa Barbara plays a perfect game and we play a perfect game, I think we win, because we just got more bodies. You know, and that's been a key to our success all year.
Okay.
Different guys leading score every night.
Right.
We just got a lot of balance.
Okay.
You know. But if Alan Williams goes for 30 and 15,
Right.
you know, and then we don't have somebody that does that, then we lose a little bit in translation, and we got to make sure we keep him down and keep their second and third option down, and that gives us a chance. That doesn't happen to us where everybody plays a perfect game that particular night.
Okay. All right. And now, the half-court offense, as we finish up here, it seems to be 4 or 5 levels higher than what it was at the beginning now.
Right.
Well, was that just the acclimation of the big guys, learning exactly what you wanted them to do? You know, the half-court offense, like I said, it seems to be becoming more steady, more fluent. Just elaborate on that.
Well, you know, Gonzaga's been running the same sets for 5 years. Kentucky's been running the same offense. That's a little misleading because they're all young. Let's just say Wichita State. You know, they beat us in overtime. They've been running the same plays for 3 or 4 years. So it's just a familiarity. You know, you just get used to it. And we're starting to feel comfortable. Those guys are very comfortable in knowing when and where they're going to get their shots. And we're getting there. You know, when you put something in November 1, you know, like I said, you know, Greg Marshall and I, we go way back, and a lot of people don't know that. I have a funny story to tell you about that one day. Yeah, but me and Greg Marshall go way back, and a lot of people nobody knew that here.
Uh-huh.
And he has some very interesting information to share with me about some UH people,
Right.
you know, so. But we go way back 20-some years, and me and Greg talked about this when he was here, and before he got here, we communicate. He just said, keep doing what you're doing and keep building, and you guys are ahead of the curve right now.
Right.
And I really think we're ahead of the curve. A lot of people don't understand that. They expect us to be 25-5 right now.
Right.
But we're ahead of where we're supposed to be
Absolutely.
with what we got coming back.
Absolutely.
And you know, not other than Garrett Neville's, nobody played more than 9 minutes a game last year on the entire roster
Right.
in Division I basketball.
Right.
And we're 19 and 11, so we're growing, and it's fun to see. It's fun to see it all come together. Just got to get healthy.
There you go.
Get healthy, we got a chance.
Absolutely. And there you have it from Coach Benjy Taylor, UH men's head basketball coach. 7-7 heading into the last 2 games in the Big West tournament. And they have just as good a chance as anybody to win that Big West tournament starting on March 10th in the Honda Center. Coach Taylor, much mahalos. Thank you for being here once again. It's
Anytime, PJ.
always my pleasure to have you here. And come on, you guys, get with the program. You know what I'm saying? Don't make this basketball program implode with your own intricacies. Talk to you next time on Hawaii Sports Update.